Hearing is fundamental to how a child learns, communicates and connects with the world. Yet, hearing challenges often go unnoticed until it's too late. Now, this National Hearing Week, we turn the spotlight on early detection, early action and the collective responsibility to ensure that no child is left behind. Joining us today are Nikhil Masurkar. He's the CEO of Enthod Pharmaceuticals. He's driving the nationwide initiative of Har Bachcha Sunega. And we also have with us Dr. Renuka Bradu. She is the professor and head of department at the ENT and head neck surgery at Lokmanya Tilak Municipal Medical College and General Hospital, which is Sion Hospital. Welcome both of you. Thank you for joining us here for National Hearing Week. Ma'am, I'll start with you. Why is hearing in children such a crucial issue, most importantly in the initial years?
No one has any problem with speaking. Everyone can speak. The problem is that because they cannot hear, they cannot develop language, they don't have any words, and therefore it sounds like they're mute. Now, the other thing we need to remember is that the organ of hearing is not the ear alone. It's the brain. And the ear actually collects sounds, processes them, but it is the ability of the brain to actually put meaning to those sounds. And the brain develops to its maximum extent in the first 2 to 5 years of the child's life. And it is very important that if any intervention needs to be done in a child who has deafness, it has to be done while this brain growth is taking place.
Nikhil, is this one of the concerns that got you to come in and actively support the National Hearing Week?
So the National Hearing Week is an initiative of the Matanand Welfare Foundation, supported by my company Enthod Pharmaceuticals. One of the reasons was that the awareness in this area was very weak. Many people don't know about hearing loss in children. So we thought, let's have a nationwide campaign to raise the awareness of hearing loss in children and the challenges faced by these children all throughout their lives and their parents in India. So the idea was to basically create noise so that there will be an awareness of what the problem is. There will be an awareness of the importance of getting children's hearing checked at a very young age. Within the first 6 months.
Talking more about this, doctor, parents mistake the hearing loss for a behavioral issue. So what are some early symptoms that they need to be aware of?
Actually, now there is a national screening program in place where every child should be screened at 1 month of age. And if you find that there is some concern in that screening program, then the child needs to be rechecked at 2 months of age. And if you have some concerns, then some interventions should start at 3 months of age. So we're talking about that early. You know, one of the earliest things is when a child is born, if there's a loud sound, the child startles. It's called a Moro reflex. If that is not present, later on, you know, the child will still or stop crying when it hears its mother's voice. So that may be missing. So these are very early cues. We're talking about in the first few months of life.
Nikhil, you know, through this campaign hashtag, which is the hashtag is Har Bachcha Sunega, how are you helping parents recognize and act on this requirement of, you know, the early warning signs and what they should be doing in that?
So what we've done is we've tied up with almost 2,500 ENT specialists all across the country. We are generating content to raise the awareness. So right from social media, TV, radio, digital media, print and electronic, we're trying to raise the awareness. Our long-term vision is not just the awareness aspect of it, but also therapeutic or medical aspect of it as well.
What would be maybe 1 or 2 important takeaways that you would have for the parents that are watching us today?
I'd just like to give you 2 examples. If you implant a child within that 5-year period, one of them has turned into an ENT surgeon who is now training to operate on other children. One of the implantees is actually a golfer at the Olympics, and I'm not talking about the disabled Olympics, I'm talking about the actual Olympics. So you're actually bringing people into society who are absolutely not only normal, but who can excel. So cochlear implant is the way to go, and so parents need to be motivated and they need to make sure that they give those 2-3 years of their lives for the child to grow up absolutely normal.
So it's a great opportunity to raise the awareness of childhood hearing loss. I would advise and recommend everyone to share the message. You'll see it on social media, you'll see it on our website, you'll see it on radio, you'll hear it on radio. And I think everyone should be sharing it to their friends, to their family members, because I think it can go a really long way.
Thank you so much, Nikhil. Thank you, Dr. Renuka, for coming and sharing your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and do remember that this National Hearing Week, our endeavor is to promote the early detection and the early action that will help every child hear properly. Thank you so much for watching.